We've done it. We have done it, my friends. We have found the answer to whether or not here in our laboratory zoo, which admittedly I need to catch you guys up on a few things that I may or may not have been doing here. Ignore the little random guest wandering around like lost hamsters. We'll take care of them later. But welcome back to the laboratory zoo, where we are going to be crisscross applesaucing all sorts of different animal genes now that we have our prickly answers. Thanks to the porcupines being our research subjects, we have now discovered that yes, indeed, here at the laboratory zoo, not to be confused with, our Sims 4 laboratory area, or, the laboratory that we're building in zoo crafting, or the laboratory that we happen to have, with our wobble dogs. This is the zoo. I'm sure I'll be able to come up with some original names that will stop mixing all of those together. But, maybe it's thematic since we are indeed crisscross applesauce mixing together all sorts of different genes. So why not mix together the names? Yeah, don't worry. Basically, you guys have eyes. You can tell where we are. But welcome back everyone to the laboratory zoo, where I have been doing some science and some investigating to see what we can do here with all of our animals now that we have unlocked every single one of the fish in the sea's genetics. Pretty proud about that. Still pretty proud about that. Our wonderful aquarium world Sulani beaches happen to have all of the animals unlocked and all of the researched. Darwin and Aline are two wonderful researchers over there. Definitely were working overtime, and they actually have like hundreds of extra research points that I don't know what we should do with those, but maybe we should use them to go ahead and like get a really good retirement for those two, or maybe just fund all the grants for the really ridiculous projects they want me to go ahead and, give them. But in any case, I was trying to figure out what we could do here, friends, because I want to see what happens when we take a peacock and put it on top of a pufferfish. I want to see what happens when we mix those chaotic genes. But I also wanted to make sure that we still had a little bit of a challenge and a little bit of the option of being able to explore the other genes that we have not yet unlocked in many of our animals from both the dinosaurs and also from our main Zoodecia Let's Build a Zoo. And yeah, the Zoodecia name is also something I really probably should be working on so that we don't just have 18 million varieties of Zoodecia. But again, you guys have eyes. You see the pixels. You know where we are. Because I was a little worried. Oh, okay. We're going to come back to that. Don't worry. Also, we're going to come back to this. But I was a little worried, friends, when we were able to come here to the Sandbox Zoo that we wouldn't be able to continue to discover all of the new hippo genetics, for instance, or unlock more of the variants in, say, the lemurs, because that is an extremely important part of doing the science, isn't it? Making sure that we can crisscross applesauce crossbreed the creatures who we need to have at least 50% of their variants unlocked. That would be all of the terrestrial creatures, we'll call them, as compared to the dinosaurs, which only have one variant each, and as compared to our aquatic animals, which also only have one variant, much to the sadness of the clownfish, which actually has hundreds of different varieties. In real life, that is, mind you. Many of them are exclusively associated with the different sea anemones that they happen to have co-evolved with as well, which I find fascinating. You can't really take one clownfish and stick it into an anemone that it didn't evolve to be partners with. And I think that's amazing. Also, like a really nuanced and complicated relationship that indicates perhaps the Achilles heels of different ecosystems, but we'll dwell on that later. But I wanted to make sure that if we did come to the Sandbox Zoo, we already cannot unlock the unknown genetics, so we would have to go back to our main zoo in order to, say, get what suspiciously looks like a koala. We can't actually find that species, and we can't actually find the dinosaur species here. So that limits us quite a bit, and I was concerned, well, I do want to go ahead and take a chicken, and I want to put it on top of a clownfish, but if we are not able to unlock the new animals or the new variants, that really handicaps us quite a bit on what we could do here. However, thanks to the porcupines, we now have the answers to some of our science, because, friends, it turns out that actually, yeah, we can unlock new variants. Huzzah! 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 That is what I was worried about. Oh my gosh, look, we can unlock a new P-file variant right now. Yes! Except I need to make sure I put it, you know, in a nursery that's actually near the P-file. And you know what? We're gonna do that right now so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Even though it's, you know, pitch dark black over here and you can't see a thing. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. One of the things I actually want to do now that we're here in this wonderful, wonderful laboratory zoo, where we are going to take the millions of dollars from our other zoos and we are going to take basically all of the things that we have unlocked from the different little, like you can see right here, all of the biomes, including the really cool ones for the dinosaurs that we absolutely need to create. All of the nature things that we have unlocked in all three of those areas are actually right here. Whoops. Okay, look. Enough of that silliness. There we go. But you can see all of the nature things we have unlocked in all three of the different zoo zones are here, from the terrestrial items, we'll go ahead and call them, all the way over to, if we keep going here, ta-da, to the dinosaur items, which I forgot were so cool with their fern trees and prehistoric ferns that we're going to be putting absolutely everywhere, all the way over to the corals that we happen to have with our fantastic aquatic adventures. So we've unlocked all of those, but we still have a lot more to go ahead and discover and research in the dinosaur and the terrestrial zoos. But we do get to go ahead and unlock variants, and we do get to go ahead and we do get to combine, say, like a goose and a mola mola if we wanted to. So that's what we're going to be doing here. I'm very excited. So, or should I say variant excited? That's a good one. That's a good pun. I could put that into our actual title actually, now that I'm thinking of it. Also, we can change the operating hours. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that so we can actually see what's going on, because we do have the millions of dollars that I have dragged on in from the other zoos using some items that we're not going to talk about hidden away behind the giant trees. That I'm thinking about maybe even removing in the future, but for now we're gonna leave those two items because we have literally over $10 million in two of our zoo zones, so I think we would invest in this just a bit. But this is the setup. So this is where we are going to go ahead and just start creating a museum of Criss-Cross Applesauce genetic wonders. And that comes back to a project that I have actually been working on that you guys may know about. So you may recall, I was working on making a gigantic Excel sheet that I'm, to be honest, excelling with pride about, where I was keeping track of all of the different crossbreeds we can make. There are so many different animals. This was just with the aquatic and they only have one variant. So there's only one type of pufferfish to mix with a clownfish. You kind of figure out what that's gonna look like with, two different varieties. Because you're either gonna have the pufferfish body and the clownfish head, or the clownfish body and the pufferfish head. Now, when it comes to mixing the genetics of our terrestrial animals, that's going to be a little bit more complicated because there's 10 different variants with every single one of the terrestrial animals. And if I tried to go ahead and make a gigantic Excel sheet with all of those, from the aquatic to the terrestrial to the dinosaur, and how the 10 variants of the terrestrial could cross over with all of the other things, I would be really tired. I would probably be pretty exhausted. In fact, you know what? I wonder if you mix the genes. Hold up here. So if I mix the genes of a peafowl, no, you're gonna end up with not a crossbreed of the variants. That just can't happen. They'll end up making one of the variants. Thank goodness. I was about to fall over from how many different mixes we could possibly get. I don't know if I'm gonna excel to those heights, we might say, and find myself motivated to go ahead and actually try to keep track of all of them this way. But I may start keeping a collection of the best, the things that we have just fallen in love with across our various experiments, in a little middle notes instead. So we will have an area where we can like refer to the coolest mixes and kind of have like a hall of fame for them so that we can bring them in, let's just say, into some of our other adventures in some of our other series, and also maybe inspire you guys on what you could go ahead and mix in your Let's Build a Zoos. And because I love randomness, we've actually gone ahead and I have upgraded the random generator. Now we have the Criss-Cross Applesauce Random Animal Genetics Challenge Generator, which I might go ahead and link, even though right now it only happens to have all of the animals that I have managed to get. So we're going to be adding to this as we unlock the last of the terrestrial animals and as we unlock the gigantic pile that we happen to have of all of the dinosaurs. And speaking of the dinosaurs, you can see how the Criss-Cross Applesauce Random Animal Genetics Challenge Random Generator actually can inspire you to new heights that you may have never thought of before. For instance, telling us to crossbreed a chicken and a Criss-Cross, which, that's a dinosaur. And I never thought about doing that, but that actually sounds amazing. So we could take our chickens and we could go ahead and we could cross them with, let me see if I could, this guy right here. Look at that. Look at that. And there's 9 or I think 8 varieties of chicken that might be able to emerge from that. 9 varieties. Yes. I am so close to the final chicken. That's absolutely going to be one of our goals. We absolutely have to figure out what the final chicken is. But because there's 9 varieties of chicken, we could have 9 different ways that the chicken body and the, we'll just call him Chris for short. Well, Chiro? Yeah, we'll call him Chiro for short. But there's 9 different ways that we could have a chicken body and a Chiro head, or 9 different chicken bodies and, or like 9 different Chiro bodies and chicken heads. Like, I love that. You don't know what you're going to get. That is the heart of things that bring me joy. And so since the random generator has decreed that we should go ahead and try this out, we're gonna go ahead and try this out, and we're gonna see what happens when we put together these crossbreeds. Our previous experiments have shown that it doesn't matter what order you put them in, you will just randomly get the body and randomly get the head. It doesn't matter if I put the chicken first and then the dinosaur, it's all random, which is the way it should be, right? But all right, so I think I explained that well enough to go ahead and grasp some of the basics and also celebrate the fact that we can have, very excited about this, some of the new variants discovered here, which is just, I am so tickled. That is exactly 100% what I want to do. Oh, and I should give you guys a little tour. So we received a gigantic land grant that, as you guys can see, oh, okay, I missed a few spots. As you guys can see, it's really fantastic that we had that land grant since it was like $4 million for each of those plots of land. But we're fully expanded. And I thought about putting down a bunch of grass before you guys got here. You know, being Seri grass seed and just like spreading these all around. But my wrist got tired, to be completely honest. So I wasn't able to complete that, but I thought it would be much better if we went ahead and applied for a land grant to get all of the land you could possibly have before we go ahead and start having a whole bunch of our different crossbreeds prop out of those crispers, because otherwise we would be building and rebuilding our laboratory zoo over and over again. And at least this way we have the room to go ahead and start off with trying to create different sections to this zoo, and we have the room to go ahead and start off with, you know, just making some of the things established from the beginning and not have to awkwardly like open up a new chunk and then build in it and realize it wasn't enough space and open a new chunk. Instead, we just have room to stretch out, which feels really good. And I have a little science village! Behold! Here is our itty bitty, well, it's not itty bitty actually, it's huge. Here is our science village, the very first of what may be many oases of treehouse wonders for ourselves and our scientists. And it does have a little subway so people can indeed go ahead and pop on in here. And eventually, if we decide to go ahead and remove some of the nanotechnology, we do indeed have the storeroom, and I have a animal conservation release thing. Oh, wow. Oh, we can use this. Oh my gosh, you can use the animal conservation, like wetlands one, the aquatic one, or the terrestrial one for all of the animals. That makes so much sense. Oh, and that's so useful. But we do have a couple of the animal conservation units right here, as well as a whole bunch of crispers. If you guys want to crisscross applesauce those genes, good news. We're going to be crisscross applesaucing those genes in plenty of crispers. There's room to roam here. And that is exactly, oh, I forgot about you guys. I kind of forgot, guys, that we were, I kind of forgot we were going to go ahead and we were going to have penguins and clownfish. Oh my. Well, I'm going to need to take care of those. Yeah, but I put down a bunch of crispers. They'll probably keep us busy enough. Like right here, we've got some adorable little like porcupines to go ahead and put on down. There you go, little porcupines. Do you guys want to just hang out right there? I do believe those two porcupines were the ones we needed for the next variant as well. But we've got plenty of crispers to keep us busy, and I'm also using this area as a way to show off some of our favorite items that we have discovered across all of our 3 zoos. Like the lost Viking that we were able to find because we funded people to search the seas with new sonar technology. Like our lovely crisper flowers that we got when we first unlocked the crisper. Like the adorable little corkscrew plants and the fantastic ferns that we have found in the dinosaur areas, like the fern tree. I see you, beautiful tree. I see you. Also, you know, the crash site we got from the aliens trying to kidnap our cows in the main zoo and failing. Our gigantic sunflowers, which really I should probably scooch this guy over a little bit so we can see its lovely blossoms more. Oh, there's no room. That's why. Oh, well, there we go. I also love to-do list, and I love like keeping track of things, as you guys know by now. So I put the little like note board out to imagine that all of our curious scientists, like Arlene here, I shall go ahead and grace with a bonus, even though they aren't oh wait, no, they're the ones who did the penguin and the clownfish. Good job, Arlene! Yes, bonus for you, bonus for you. I'll have a home for those guys soon, I'm sure. The little coral cluster, some of the giant conches, some of the like algae rocks, of course, the jungle waterfalls, which are one of my favorite things ever, the jungle archways, and the big piles of treasure, which are just too cool not to put out next to our little dinosaur bone collection. And also, you know, the Rafflesia, the big stinky corpse flower thing, and the fluorescent sprouts, which we found in the dinosaur area, which reminds me that we have a lot to unlock with our dinosaurs. So we're going to be working quite a bit with them. Ooh, okay. And yeah, there's no research, so we don't need to worry about that. But that's basically it. So we're going to be bouncing between the laboratory where we are, you know, mixing different animals, a lot of different animals. In fact, I'm kind of curious to see what these chicken like Chiros look like when they pop out. We're going to be giving them homes to go ahead and roam about in. We're going to be slowly but surely expanding out the different habitats and biomes of this area. And we are going to be, look, I know you've seen, you think you've seen everything, sir. You think you've seen everything, but just wait. Just you wait. I have enough shops that you can't even shake a stick at them, because they're going to be all of the shops from the main zoo. And then the egg crate. Oh, that's so cute. I forgot about the egg crate that sells omelets. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. I need to make sure I have like this where I want it though. And the tiki gift stand. I completely forgot about this. Oh, it's so cute. Maybe I'm gonna like put it over here and we can put a bunch of like flowers around it. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Here. Hey Daria, you don't really want to work here. So like, hang on, Dario, here. I have become famous for being able to give people the funds they need to find the jobs they actually want in life. And here's Viviana with some leaves in her hair. Come, Viviana, come. You can go ahead and manage the little tiki gift stand, which we will go ahead and make sure that people have only the best of the best in their tiny tiki gift stand dinosaur keychains. But I think this is going to be so much fun because I love all of the different items from all of the different zoos we have already found. We still have research in the Dino Zoo and the Base Zoo to go ahead and dig into, including Fossil Spa! When did I unlock this puppy? Oh my gosh! Not to mention like the little puff up. Oh, and the Sleepy Sloth! I forgot I unlocked that over in the Base Zoo when they did the sloth update. Oh, it's so cute! We could tuck it right in here and then just surround it with flowers. Yes, we are going to be able to celebrate the wonders of what we have discovered in all 3 of our zoos, and we are going to build a home for science to be quite chaotic. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, just the building of it alone, let alone the wonders of not having to worry about the management of the area, since clearly I hired a manager who's good at juggling money from our other zoos, because there's, you know, no reason, where on earth is it? No reason that we, it's almost like we're printing money, you know, bringing the money from other zoos over, of course. But that's basically what we're going to be doing, and I'm really looking forward to it. I was worried there wouldn't be enough of a friction for the challenge of being here by not having to worry about the money or the morality or feeding our animals a lot of fresh food, which we still are. I have been going over to the nutrition hut to make sure they're eating only the best of the best. But I think that actually just decorating this place and putting down grass seeds and keeping up with all of our Criss-Cross applesauce genetics, and then the fun of bouncing between our main zoo to unlock different animals and different research, and of course our dinosaur zone, where we will be unlocking different dinosaurs and different research, will keep us busy enough that I don't think we're going to miss having to worry about the money at the moment. Maybe after a year passes, we will reconsider that. Because, believe it or not, one of the best ways to make a good story and the best ways to make a good game, it's actually the challenges, which always just blows my mind, but it's true. All right, there we go, good. So that took care of itself. All right, but yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. And I should probably take care of my penguin, shouldn't I? All right, well, we'll do that as like one of the last things. Penguin clownfish. I guess we'll have the Arctic zone start kind of over here. And why not have some penguin clownfish? That sounds absolutely adorable. Do we have like a really cool... Do we have a really cool decoration we could maybe build this around? Because I'm trying to be more mindful of making sure to... Oh, there's a little ice castle! Actually, if I recall, this is not so little. It just looks little in scale to the ginormousness that is where we are. And the ice giraffe! Oh, maybe I could have like a cute little ice giraffe, like forest out of the ice trees and whatnot. I absolutely would, because we can actually go ahead and we're going to be Criss-Cross applesaucing those giraffe genes. Trust me, it's going to happen. All right, there you go, little friend. So that might mark off like the boundaries of some of the forest here. Anything else that would be really cool to toss down here? Snow bunnies and ice foxes and Xmas trees. I mean, that is kind of cute. It's like having a bunch of giraffes feed off of Christmas trees, which shouldn't be done, but you know, it's kind of adorable. All right, we'll put a few of those down and we'll put in some more naturalistic looking things in a little bit. And then see, there's so much stuff left. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff left to go ahead and figure out how to unlock. And then let's come over and we can finish up today by going ahead and celebrating with our wonderful penguins. Or, you know, our clownfish. Now that I think about it, I guess I need to be building like half of this for penguins and like half of this might need to be for clownfish. So let's see, how do I want to do that? Maybe like this, and then okay, we'll start here and I'll try to make sure to leave a little bit of room in case of altering things. And then I think the clownfish are reef animals, pretty darn sure, so we'll go ahead and maybe make that like a little reef that is hugging up against the cold, chilly Arctic coast. And I'm sure this is gonna be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we've got. Oh my gosh, this one already looks so cute. Oh my gosh, I mean, look at its little egg shape. I'm so excited. The penguin fish. Come, a little penguin fish. I am very excited to see you. And then we have, oh my gosh, you're kidding. The clowny Gwyn. The clowny Gwyn. We have, are you kidding? They're so cute. Are they all gonna, they look different. Look, this is an emperor penguin clowny Gwyn. Oh my gosh, the words. It's gonna be so hard to pronounce the words. That's so cute. Oh my goodness. I wonder what else we should mix a penguin with, because it's just adorable. I love seeing that. I mean, penguin and what are some other of the coastal? Like we could do more penguin clownfish. I think we should. Like, we don't want the penguin clownfish who is in the other exhibit by himself waddling around to be lonely. You know what I mean? So we'll grab the other penguins and shove some of that clownfish DNA together. Like so. And we'll be back in a few days to see... But the clownfish. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. Oh, this has been what I have been waiting for all along because, believe it or not, friends, there are over 3 million different ways that you can mix, that you can match, and that you can crisscross applesauce these genes. So yeah, there's gonna be plenty to keep us busy for quite a while. And we're gonna have the joy of just going ahead and trying to make this place like really nice for all of our animals. That's gonna be fantastic too. Should I say fantastic again? Should I say fantastic again? Yeah, that's what I thought. But alright guys, thank you so much for joining me on this fantastic adventure. If you guys would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider, well, I don't know what you consider actually. Like your mind is your own. You have free will. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to. Don't let anyone tell you any different. Oh my gosh, I can put ice crystals and ice trees inside of this. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, I can put icicles in here to really make it look like it's part of this area. Ah, that's so cool. I love this. But yes, your free will is your own, so you know what to do with it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.